Hi, this is Henry Chamberlain, just back from our Philadelphia conference. So welcome to the summer edition of Board Briefings. We had a great meeting in Philadelphia, big crowd, lots of senior players, great industry panel, terrific keynote speaker in Fareed Zakaria. You really need to read the Post-American World. Great insights into what's going on in the marketplace. And the educational programs, the committee meetings, just a lot of great intellectual capital there. The other thing was it was a great support mechanism for everybody. People are problem solving, leaning on each other, figuring out what's going on in the marketplace and how to deal with this economy. So people left charged up, ready to do battle in their markets this fall and going into next year. So the BOMA Business Network really was showing off there. If you want some of those insights and put them in your newsletter or just information you want to refer to your members, check out the website. We've got all sorts of things there, as well as lots of resources in terms of the business of BOMA in BOMA Brain. So check out the website and grab those materials. They're all there for download and all the rest, as well as the staff resources and everything that backs that up. But there are three issues I'd like to concentrate on with you for this board briefing. And I know many of your boards aren't going to be meeting again until September, but for those that are, you can get an early start. For those that aren't, I want to have a couple of topics for you to think about. One is, we've been circulating the baseline standards this year so people can get a feeling for the document and look at the framework in terms of how you deal with advocacy, membership marketing, education training programs, website marketing and communications, but really looking at it from a strategic standpoint of how are you performing, what are the things you could do a little better, then how do you match up in the marketplace, and then who's doing different things that you can lean on, and again, coming back to the BOMA resources here. So baseline standards going to practice next year. It's a great exercise to go through as a board, and I know many of you have done that and used it as a tool already. But there's one issue in there that I would like you to think about and concentrate on. That's the ratio of principal members to the allied partner members there, which we state ultimately we'd like to see 51% or more principal to the allied partners, so you've got the marketplace there and everybody can do business under the BOMA tent. Next year is going to be a little tougher year for membership. Dollars are going to be even a little tougher, not only for membership, but for education, training, and everything else. As you're building your budgets for 2010, which you need to start thinking about, if you see the membership dollars dropping, and as you're constructing that budget, you're not getting to zero or slightly positive, and you want to try to explore ways to get there, you may want to take a look at that ratio, and you may want to consider dropping from 51 down a little bit, bring in some more allied partners. They can help build the organization, bring resources in as we get through this time, but you may be looking for revenue sources, and that's one you might want to look at. You can still comply with the baseline standards. There are lots of other points in lots of other areas, but that area people tend to zero in on because can we comply or not comply with that? Yes, you can, and it's one of those strategic things you need to look at. Training is the other one, and the dollars there. So start thinking about your budget for next year, because a tough discussion for us is if we're going to be dropping below a break-even budget, we've got those rainy day funds and those reserve funds. We don't like to tap into them, but strategically you may want to think about that now, because it's a multi-part discussion, because you're going to want to invest in your organization to keep it strong. Most of our other association brethren are already doing that. We're not. We've been strong. We've got a path this year to a positive bottom line. You're going to have to think about the reserves and how you're going to do that. Another issue is membership marketing. You need to start putting together your membership campaigns. We're going to leverage 15 for 12. We're going to get those materials out. We want to get BOMA image out there. What was on display in Philadelphia is a very strong, gregarious business network. We need to leverage that to get the folks to join us this fall going into next year. Related to that is the billions of dollars of investment capital on the sidelines, which is going to be investing in some of our companies, and some of the ownership ranks are going to change a little bit beginning this fall and into next year. We just know that's going to happen. Well, those folks are people we don't know. They don't necessarily know real estate that well. It's now an investment class to them. They certainly don't know associations. We're going to be putting together materials so that we can figure out some really good buttons to push for the owners, the advocacy wins, the training, the business network, how they can leverage all the resources of this organization to drive net operating income to their bottom lines, which that'll be attractive. But the other one is it's going to allow them to ramp up very quickly in the marketplace and be a player in your markets. So we need to come up with an owner value proposition, if you will, so we can get those folks involved, the people that don't know us, in the coming year. If you concentrate on those three things, baseline standards and the ratio, think about whether you need to tap into reserves, looking at your membership numbers and all, and then also looking at marketing to the owners. I think you're going to have a really successful fall, and we're going to be well prepared for 2010. Have a terrific rest of your summer.